Sometimes Hasbro comes out with a whole ass Build-A-Figure set that is essential to complete, and that's why I had to collect the Marvel Legends series, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Cosmo Build-A-Figure set. I mean, we need to buy all the Guardian characters to build best Soviet doggo Cosmo herself. Hell yeah. And you know, it's only on special occasions that I'll get all the toys in the Build-A-Figure set. But after the beautiful and traumatic experience that was Guardians Volume 3, I just had to adopt these strays. They look good in their Guardians uniforms. I'm sad there's no Gamora, but I ended up even picking up some characters that I never thought I would have liked, and that was a lot of fun. And I even ended up picking up the deluxe Vin Diesel Groot figure, which isn't part of the Build-A-Figure set. First off, we have a beautifully updated Peter Quill figure in that beautiful Guardians of the Galaxy uniform, which is much more comic accurate, and his updated quad blasters are pretty sleek in design. I really didn't think that Star-Lord could get any more likeness to Chris Pratt, but this figure really showcases that, and I think that in itself makes it great to have both in your collection. We also get an updated Rocket Raccoon. I absolutely love this Rocket toy. He's so small and adorable, and he looks so angry. You can even kind of open his mouth for his signature brand of rage. Putting him together with the original Rocket, he's a little bit smaller, but I think this one really has more of that personality, and that's important. Especially when you see his evolution next to Groot, which again, Groot didn't come as part of the Build-A-Figure set. I had to buy this son of a bitch on his own, and that's because he comes with these big ass wings, and he's this big buff boy. Looking at the wings, they're a nice asset, especially for a moment that happens in the movie, but having him here is so much fun because we can see the evolution of this adorable tree monster, from a little baby, all the way to his teen years, old man Groot, and now Vin Diesel Groot. This new Drax in the Guardians uniform still has a lot of muscle, and we can see that signature Dave Bautista likeness as if though he was shrunk down to action figure size. I still gotta give the leg up to the original Guardians Bautista because he looks scary. This is the first Mantis that I add to my collection, and the likeness to Palm Clementif is pretty accurate. This is also my first Nebula, which is exciting, and both the detail and articulation is near perfect. It's a strong second to Quill. I mean, just look at that. And then I appreciate that you can remove her hand to make a dope-ass sword. Kraglin's a character I never really cared for, but I'm happy to add him to complete the set. He looks just like Sean Gunn, and that control fin is a very nice touch. Adam Warlock is by far the weakest of the set. I mean, he's kind of lanky, and then there's not a lot of good movement. He's kind of stiff, and that cape does him no favors. And then the likeness to the actor isn't the best. But hey, that's okay because the others are fantastic. And again, putting them all together, I get the beautiful Cosmo. And that's a really good dog that I just want to add to my collection. Once all the pieces are in place, Cosmo is pretty easy to assemble. She's a good size and proportionately a golden retriever. I like her Soviet suit, it looks pretty good. And though the dog face isn't as adorable as in the film, in person, she's fine. She's still a good doggo. So with that, we have our Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, for the most part. Overall, these toys represent characters that evolved on screen, and now the same can be said in their plastic form. But honestly, is one's love for this story and its characters worth spending so much money on these overpriced pieces of plastic? Well, that depends on the person, I guess. For me, it's a way to immortalize your love for a story that resonates with you, that becomes a part of you. Guardians of the Galaxy effectively captures magic in a bottle. It's a story about loss and found family. A story about strong growth mindset and overcoming who you are. A story about finding love, about overwhelming loss, and about overcoming and moving on. We get to see these characters love, live, laugh through all the shit they encounter. We can explore possible what-ifs as headcanons, other ways of owning the material. But luckily, James Gunn delivered a satisfying ending in Volume 3. So whether you like pina coladas or refuse to ever break the chain, it's something special to add these toys to the collection. They're pretty good. If you're a collector of Marvel Legends and you love the Guardians, this is a great set and I highly recommend it. And go watch the movie. It was pretty amazing.